Alright, I figured I'd do an update video since I hadn't made one since I started my new job and everything. But I think this is the last one I'm finishing up, or have finished up. So this is the SS Trailblazer, and this is the one that Michael and them built the engine, and then I had the transmission debacle, and some guy, I don't know who built the transmission that's in it now, but we got all that fixed and taken care of, and got the smaller pulley on. And this pulley is a 255 pulley, and I think it made 12 or 13 pounds of boost, if I remember correctly. With the stock pulley, I think it was 4 or 5 pounds of boost, and made 500, I think, at the tires. So I don't think Michael put it back on the dyno. I think he just street tuned it, and because we didn't get to drive it last time because the transmission tore up. So and shockingly, I still haven't driven it. So anyway, after it came back from Michael told him to put a catch can set up on it. So we put a catch can on it and went to the front of the valve cover, and I drilled out and put a 1/2 inch pipe tap in the back and put a big fitting in there, dash 10 line to our catch can. These are these little cheap Evil Energy catch cans, and just to, so you don't build up a lot of crank pressure and start pushing out seals and everything. So I got that on there, and then the alternator on these, I didn't know it, but they were pulse width modulated, and so if it's not getting signal from the computer, it just outputs a default voltage, and we were having problems where after a while it was like kind of busting up and stuff, and Michael thought it was the Holley. So then we called Holley, and they were asking if we had one of the resistors in line with the power to the alternator. And so I had his alternator on here, which was a 2-wire, and it was wired into the factory ECU and everything, but apparently it wasn't working. So we just went back with the stock style alternator with the 4-wire, and it only uses 1 wire, to the trigger wire, keyed trigger wire, to operate it and energize the field. So and then we got the pigtail from Holley that has a resistor in it. I think it's like a 470k ohm resistor, and so of course I get that on there, and then the belts are on the different length again. So I've about had it with belts with this truck, and another reason I don't like superchargers. So anyway, I think we're pretty much wrapped up on this thing, just waiting on him to pick it up, and should be good with that. The old long bed's just been chilling out over here. Haven't had anybody interested in buying it for some reason. I don't know if everything's just slowed down right now, or it's a long bed or what, but well, I think one thing is people don't really believe it's an LS6 because it has a truck intake on it. That was one of the comments I saw in one of the videos. In what world was a truck engine an LS6? So if you assume, that it has, because it has a truck intake, that it's a LM7 or whatever, then, I guess I could understand that. So, but, it's just, when you're an honest person and you're trying to sell something and you tell them everything about it, they just don't believe you. If it's from someone that has no idea what they're talking about, and they just say, it's got a built to everything, it's loud, it's fast, and just make up some horsepower number and have nothing to back up what they're telling. People will buy from them in a heartbeat, but if you're honest and straight up about them, nobody wants it. So anyway, it doesn't hurt my feelings if I end up, holding on to it, because I really like the truck. It's a good running, driving truck, and excuse me, I think I'm asking a fair price for it, so I don't understand why it hasn't sold. So, but again, I think things are kind of slow right now. But I ended up getting a timing components done on the truck, and it doesn't rattle when you crank it up now. Been driving it a good bit, and really happy with how it turned out. So I've gotten, the best I've gotten is 19 miles per gallon with it. And then I got me a Cadillac ATS 2017. It's got the 3.6 V6 and the 8-speed in it, and it gets 27 miles to the gallon. And that's because I have a 40-minute drive to work now, so I couldn't, I needed something to drive. So instead of the long bed, and I was driving the truck, but I have to run premium in it, and it gets 18 to 19 miles a gallon, so I was having to fill up like twice a week. So the Cadillac is, runs on 87 and gets 27 miles to the gallon. So, and I like it. It's fun to drive and pretty sporty. So handles well, drives good and all. I got the AC done in the shop. Coincidentally, a guy I work with, he does HVAC stuff, and he happened to have the fitting and let me borrow it. So I vacuumed that down, got my AC going, and that's really about it. Just been going to work, and my wife's had me doing stuff around the house, so I've had to remodel a bathroom. The kids wet in the floor when they were little and rotted the subfloor out, so I had to pull the tub and put new subfloor in and retile it and grout and all that fun stuff. And then I built them a tree house, and then pulled the carpet out of their room and did hardwood floors in there, the real oak hardwood floors. So I did about 400 square foot of that. And then 'cause since it's summertime and everybody takes vacation, went to the beach and to the mountains a couple times, So in it, because of my new job, I don't have any leave yet, so I can't take time off. So we weren't able to take a vacation. So we're having we did a couple weekend trips. So hadn't really had a whole lot of time to be in the shop, and it's kind of been nice, not having to come up here every day anymore. So we got progress moving on this one. Hopefully this truck will work out. There's a long heated backstory on this one, that if things get sorted on it, then I might disclose some of what's going on with this truck and just how crooked people are. So I'm hoping I'll hear something this week and be able to get this taken care of. But I tell you, man, people will screw you over in a heartbeat, and this guy certainly checks all the boxes. So once I get this thing out of here, I want to get started on this thing. And actually, the guy that got me my job is somewhat interested in this thing, so he wants to come out and look at it and everything. But he wants me to fix the rest of the rust on it and everything. So I'm hoping that that once the silver truck's out of here, then I can get started back on this thing. And when I get home from work, try to finish the rust repair on this thing and try to get this truck back together, because I've got all the parts and pieces and just need the motivation to tackle this rust again. And like I say, I got a lot of it taken care of and handled. I just need to focus. And now that I don't have a customer base and that workload anymore, I can take my time and get back on this and try to get it where I want it and get it back together. So I've got another 4L60 that I can have built, and then I've got the that 5.3 there that I can put in it. So I've got a drivetrain I can put in it, and everything to put it together. It's just the motivation for me with the rust. So hopefully I can push through and get all the rust fixed on it, and then get it put together. And then once I start getting it put together, I think it'll the motivation will come, and I'll be able to push through the writer's block or whatever it is, and just get it done. So I want to see it come through, because I don't like to quit or fail on a project, and I like to if I start one, I like to try to stay on it until I get it finished or something. I don't like to be one of those that just has something like this sitting in the shop for years and years and keep saying I'm going to get around to it. So, and unfortunately, that's kind of what it became when I ran into all the rust issues. But like I say, I think I'm almost there. I just again, with not having to deal with customers anymore and having a good job again, and being able to work on it at my own pace and on time again, I don't have to worry about, in the back of my mind, I need to be working on this for so-and-so so I can get paid and that sort of thing. So, but anyway, I just want to give an update on what's been going on around here and what we've got going forward.